Shalom, Apostle Tahar, back at you with this truth, giving all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And this article was sent to me. I didn't even read the name. Forgive me, I just saw it and I just clicked on it right quick and I just picked up my camera to film this. As Tank said in the Matrix movie to his brother Dozer, we're living in a very exciting time. Anyway, this is from The Guardian, and it was put up. The date is, let me give you the date. Yesterday, which, Tuesday, October 10th, 2017. Like I said, this is from The Guardian. I'll put the site in the description box. Anyway, it says athletics call for athletes to be fitted with microchips in fight against drug cheats. PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. There was a big story with UFC, or former UFC light heavyweight champ John Jones, who had beat DC, or Daniel Cormier, and the title was taken from him because it was found out that he had PEDs in his system. So you hear it in the boxing circles, in sports in general, about how people use these PEDs. Anyway, I'll read it again. It says, call for athletes to be fitted with microchips in fight against drug cheats. And this is, Esau is slick, because if you deny it, you're hiding something. There's going to be a point, I see, in the future, the near future, that it's going to be made mandatory. If you want to sign a contract with a particular team, or you want to fight on a professional level, even on the amateur level, you have to get this chip. And I said this years ago. I said the way they're going to push this chip, or mark of the beast, is by classes. In other words, you have the military. Anybody that's in the Army, you have to get the chip. The Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, police, law enforcement, postal workers, people that work for government. So here it is. This is a big class of people. We're talking about athletes. It says, Chief Executive of World Olympians Association makes, and the Olympics, that's amateur sports competition, world sports competition. So, it's every athlete's dream as an amateur to go to the Olympics. So you think they're going to say, no, I'm not going to take the chip. The hell with the Olympics. They want to go to the Olympics. See, the plan is to push this chip throughout the whole planet Earth. I don't even have to read the scriptures, because we done read it so many times. Revelation 13, 16 through 18. I might just read it anyway, but we'll see, because we already know these scriptures by heart, especially you men in GMS, Great Millstone. And for you other camps that have been teaching contrary to what we've been teaching, pursuant to the mark of the beast being a chip, you got a lot of explaining to do. It says Chief Executive of World Olympians Association makes implant suggestion we're prepared to chip our dogs, so why aren't we prepared to chip ourselves? You can see a blown up picture of a microchip. It says that the debate about the fitting of microchips raises the issue of whether it would be an invasion of athletes' privacy. Yeah, I'll read a little bit more. This article was written by Martha Kellner, as I said, Tuesday, October 10, 2017. It says athletes need to be fitted with microchips, which we know is a mark of the beast. Those of you that are in the know, in a similar way that dogs are in the fight against drug cheats in sports. According to a leading representative of international sports people, Mike Miller, the World Olympians Association chief executive, claimed that radical anti-doping methods, including implants to recognize the effects of banned substances, are needed to protect clean sports. So that's that hook. That's how they putting that chip in, getting that whole class of athletes. Some people say we shouldn't do this to people. Miller said, well, we're a nation of dog lovers. See, these devils always have an answer. They always have an answer for you. We're prepared to chip our dogs and it doesn't seem to harm them, so why aren't we prepared to chip ourselves? Miller claims a breakthrough in microchip technology is on the horizon, and testers need to be aware of developments. His fear is that drug cheats could exploit the technology to avoid detection through self-monitoring, alerting them when their blood has returned to normal levels before testers arrive. Speaking to anti-doping leaders at a Westminster forum on integrity in sports, Miller said, in order to stop doping, we need to chip our athletes where the latest, it should be with the latest technology. It says where the latest, with the latest technology is there, or where the latest technology is there. Some people say it's an invasion of privacy. Well, sport is a club, and people don't have to join the club. In other words, if you don't want to take the chip, you're not going to be on the team. You're not going to get signed. If they don't want it, if they can't follow the rules. And you know, Jakes, they want that money. Okay, it goes on to say microchips get over the issue of whether the technology can be manipulated because they have no control over the device. The problem with the current anti-doping system is that all it says is that at a precise moment in time there are no banned substances but we need a system which says you are illegal, substance free at all times, and if there are changes in markets, they will be detected. The WOA supports the 48 National Olympians Association and 100,000 living Olympians. So if they can get all these Olympians to take that chip, we're talking about 100,000 people. Although Miller said he was not speaking on behalf of the organization, I'm just throwing the idea out there. He said, I'm gauging reaction from people, but we do need to think of new ways to protect clean sport. I'm no Steve Jobs, but we need to spend the money and use the latest technology. So there you have it. Anyway, you can read the rest of the article yourself. I'll leave you with, I'm going to read it anyway. I'm going to read Revelation, which we should all know, especially you men and a few of you sisters out there. Anyway, this is Revelation. We know this by heart. Revelation 13, verse 15. Revelation 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would worship the image of the beast should be killed. And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. 16 verse. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. 17. And that no man, now we know this not talking about small countries and great countries. Alright, it says in that 17 verse, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. It goes on to say in the 18th verse, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And that word 6 leads to the word stigmata. Mark is charagma. I'm going to get it for you. Bear with me for a minute. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get the word stigmata. Okay, it says Leviticus 19 verse 28, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord, or I am Yahweh. And the word mark in the Hebrew is kwai, which means incision, imprintment, tattoo, mark. Incision, something that they put, another way In other words, in the Greek it would be stigmata, something that's put inside of you. So the Lord tells you not to take the mark of the beast. And this is Galatians 6 verse 17. This is the Apostle Paul speaking. From henceforth let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of Yahushua. And that word for mark or marks is stigmata, or stigma, which is 6. You got 603 score and 6. That 6 represents the stigmata. And stigmata from the Greek, which means from a primary stigzo, to stick, i.e. prick. It goes on to say a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. In this case, either the right hand, left hand, or forehead. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name of the stamp of their masters or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate, because there has to be an incision to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. It says stigmata in the Greek, stigma, from a primary, a stick, i.e. prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership, i.e. figuratively, scar of service, mark. That's why it says in Revelation 18, Revelation 18, so we're in that time, man. We're definitely in that time. Revelation 18 verse 13. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. So once they chip you, they're gonna own you. You're a slave to the system. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. And if you don't think we're at the end of this thing, and like I said in the past, that the mark of the beast, once they make that mandatory, then everything's going to move super quickly, because that's the last prophecy before pretty much before the destruction takes place. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.